Hey folks, Edric, your Fayetteville Realtor here, and I'm here with my good friend Eric with Oz Home Inspections, and we're on site. I had to come out and stalk them a little bit to find out a little bit about the home inspection process. That's one of the steps we talked about in the last video, get a good home inspection, and we're going to ask the subject matter expert. How you doing today, Eric?
I'm real good, thanks.
All right, okay. So tell us a little bit about what you do when you do a home inspection.
Well, I climb on the roof, I check out the shingles, I get underneath the house, I'm in the crawl space, I open up the HVAC units and take a look at the insides. It's all about all of the different systems in the house and how they're functioning, whether there are any deficiencies in the house that would affect the buyer's interest in the house. You know, I open every window, I test every outlet, I turn on every plumbing fixture. You know, they're going to know about it.
So you're like the really paranoid dad, right? You're like, we're going to make sure this is the perfect house. And one thing that, you know, while we're on that subject, real estate agents get really upset because they see all these things on an inspection report. So what do you think, what are the most important things that a buyer needs to be concerned about versus those things that are like honey-do items that show up on, you know, most reports anyways and can be taken care of easily?
Well, I make sure that they understand the difference in those things.
Okay.
So there might be 50 things on my report, but at the same time, you know, I am going to have walked them through all of those things so that we can identify the things that are important.
Okay.
And that, you know, and the 20 or 30 things that are, you know, honey-do list things that can get resolved later. So, you know, I go out of my way to make sure that the buyer understands what it is that they're
Getting themselves
buying
into, yeah.
Right, but at the same time,
are there things that a buyer can look for visually when they're out house shopping to determine if it's a house even worth putting an offer on?
Well, I mean, you know, if you look at the house a little bit more critically rather than just how it works for you as a family, you know, you're not just saying, okay, is this room big enough, or you know, is the master bedroom downstairs?
Is the wall color pretty?
Right. Yeah. think about it on a little bigger picture. You know, you know, what does the house look like? You know, what kind of work are you going to have to put in it, or expense are you going to have to put into it? Because you could be looking at the
cosmetic.
You know, you want to know what deficiencies you're going to have to address. So look at the roof. See if there's a waviness in the roof plane, or curled up shingles showing that the shingles are you know, getting on in age.
Right.
You know, that sort of thing. You're looking for the big stuff. How old is the HVAC equipment? You can usually just kind of look at it and say, you know, is that all rusty?
Right. Right. Okay. And I think it's well worth it. I always recommend for my buyers, and I know most of my colleagues recommend buyers to get home inspections. It's, you know, you're spending an average of $350 to save virtually to have the peace of mind and prevent yourself from having to spend thousands of dollars to make very costly repairs. I know your process is very detailed. How long on average does it take you to do a home inspection?
I start my home inspections normally on an ordinary day at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I will be doing the home inspection through the early afternoon, maybe till 2 o'clock. It really depends on how you know, how large the house is, how old the house is, and what the condition of the house is will affect that.
And one thing I like about you is you spend a lot of time with the buyer client explaining what your report is saying, so that they don't have to figure out, you know, what reverse polarity means and what putting a loop in the dishwasher does. So it gives them a peace of mind. So if someone wants to hire you to do their home inspection for their next home, what's the best way for them to do that other than having their agent contact them?
They can have their agent contact me, but at the same time, I have a web address. It's www.ozhomeinspections.com.
Oz like the Wizard of Oz. ozhomeinspections.com.
Yeah, and my telephone number is 910-876-7770. That's my cell number.
Too easy, too easy. Eric, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And until we speak again, until we see each other again, work hard, have fun.